My brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the Quran and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam through the authentic hadith, they paint a picture of the day of judgment. And the picture they paint, my brothers, is not a pretty one. It is the most serious day of your life by far. The greatest day in the history of humanity, probably, will be that day. A day, my brothers, where from, like I'm saying, please give me your hearts tonight. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from ayat of Quran and from a hadith, He paints this picture, my brothers, a day that is 50,000 years long. 50,000. Some of us are getting itchy now because, wallah, I've been in the masjid for an hour. 50,000 years long. And Allah describes human beings will be naked, barefooted, uncircumcised. This hadith, wallah, rattles me. If I was to tell you that, brother, I saw someone naked, what do you understand? Allah's brother, the guy's naked. Then he says he's naked, barefooted. We get it. Like all you're doing now is you're only adding to what we've already established. Then he says, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, uncircumcised. Why is this detail important? Why is the master of akhlaq, why did he find it necessary to mention that you be uncircumcised? My personal interpretation is even that piece of flesh that left you when you were an innocent child, even this Allah will restore, because not an inch of you will escape Allah on that day. It's a serious day, my brothers, very serious. Prophets and messengers will be scared and petrified. My topic is not the day of judgment, but Allah mentions in the Quran about that day. What does He say? He says, يَوْمَ مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. On that horrific day, nothing will benefit the human being, not his wealth, not his children. Nothing will be of benefit on a day where prophets are scared, except the one that comes to Allah with a pure, clean, sound heart. My brothers, after Iman, after La ilaha illallah, one of the greatest assets you have is your heart. And let me say it now in case I forget. Protect your heart like you protect your women and your daughters. You should have more ghira. You should have more worry and concern over your heart than we do over our women and over our daughters. Why? Because it's all you have. It's the only thing Allah will look at on that day. Allah will not look at our attire except our hearts. In the authentic hadith, one of the greatest hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what does he say? He says there's a piece of flesh in the body. If it's correct, the whole body is correct. But if it's corrupted, one piece of flesh, he says, but if it's corrupted, then the whole body is corrupted. He says, verily it's the heart. Our hearts, my brothers, is what builds the connection between us and Allah. And when the heart is polluted, the connection is now what? Disconnected. Protect your hearts, because it's how we connect with Allah. The Prophet, and you will find many hadith. While the hadith itself is not necessarily about the heart, but you see the importance of the heart. Our prayer, our fast, all of these actions we do are supposed to clean and cleanse the heart and strengthen the heart. Protect it. He says, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and there's multiple hadith. He says, be conscious, stay away from excessive laughter. And tonight let me be open and clear. Wallah, not cliche. I speak myself, these are my sicknesses. Maybe not in front of you, but those that know me, wallah, sit me in a corner and I can laugh for hours. And it's halal. The biggest problem in this topic is when we say protect the heart, brothers and sisters think that, you know what, this is only in regards to haram things. No, my brothers, it's much deeper than haram. Haram is clear, it's known, it's urf, it's basically everyone knows the go. But there's an amazing statement, He says haram is like poison. A single ounce, a single drop is enough to kill you. No one here would ever play games with poison. You would never dare give your child a bottle that has poison or previously had poison in it. We all know the danger, so you would never dare with it. He says haram is like poison. A single drop is enough to kill you. But this is where it gets amazing. What does he say? He says, but halal is like medicine. The right dosage can cure you, but too much of it can also kill you. What's killing us, my brothers, is not haram. It's we're drowning in halal things that are of no benefit to us. He says, watch out for excessive laughter. Why? It's not haram. It's not haram for me to laugh. Not haram for me to have a good time. But what's he worried about, sallallahu alayhi wasallam? He says, watch out, because too much of it, verily, what does it do to the heart? It hardens the heart. Most of us complain. Bro, Ramadan comes and Ramadan goes. Wallah, I listen to Quran in the car and I do my prayers and I feel nothing. It has everything to do with our hearts. I heard a statement from Umar bin al-Khattab. I don't even know if it's authentic. I heard this years ago, but it always stuck in my head. He said, radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said that wherever he could, he avoided riding a horse. Is riding a horse haram, my brothers? No. In fact, he encouraged that we should teach, back then he was saying, to teach your children how to shoot arrows, how to ride horses, and things of this nature, you know. He said wherever he could, he would avoid riding a horse. In the famous journey when he went from Medina to Jerusalem, what did he ride on? On a donkey. Amir al-Mu'mineen couldn't get his hands on a horse. Umar bin al-Khattab couldn't get his hands on a horse. He said, wherever I could avoid it, I did. Why? He said, every time I mounted on a horse, I felt something in my heart. Anyone that's true to himself, my brothers, he knows what this means. I'll tell you a personal story. In 2002, something like this. I was doing my apprenticeship. I'm an electrician by trade. So I was doing my apprenticeship.